Some things are happening, folks. Some things are happening behind the scenes. You maybe have seen a little bit of it on YouTube in a couple of spots, but this Wednesday, November 9th, for the first time, all together, Organized Chaos, Turf Nation, and Actual Fandom.
You didn't tell me this. Did
We're
you?
doing it.
No, oh my God.
We're doing it, folks.
Avengers Assemble.
It's the initiative. That's what I decided to call it without asking their permission, and so that's what I'm calling it. That's cool, man, because like these guys are the two main ones that I've seen doing essentially the same thing. And after having talked to them both now at this point, both really friendly, cool guys, excited to, we're on the same page. Like there's no reason for us not to collaborate, coordinate something, and see what we can do. It's just the logical thing.
It's just an initiative, no big deal.
It's the initiative.
It's the initiative. My bad. The initiative.
If you saw the debate that I did alongside Organized Chaos against a couple of guys who were defending like Critical Drinker and the EFAP guys, I guess, from a video Organized Chaos did where he came to an analysis of his opinion that they had some racist beliefs and stuff. If you saw that debate, some stuff happened.
So if you say, hey, racism is bad, but look at this big racist over here, he's different from you. Is that not deflecting?
Okay. What's more racist? Calling somebody a nigger or doing a lynching?
What? You just got this video
yeah.
demonetized.
Yeah, dude, look, check it out.
Seriously.
Jim, no. I don't know. You honestly seem face, Jim, and I don't know that you probably are gonna be happy that you did this whenever you wake up tomorrow and you're sober. I legit feel like I'm beating up a super drunk guy right now, and I feel bad for you. Like I don't want to fucking partake in this anymore because now you're saying slurs just to kind of be edgy, and you're making more dumb questions about which thing is worse, and it's like it's embarrassing for you, dude. But you should do this another day. We should do it another day.
No, which one is worse?
Yeah. It didn't go well for them. It went really well for us, I think.
Agreed.
Gotten nothing but positive feedback on that. It's just that it went so well for us and so badly for them that I guess that one guy thought that I don't know. I don't know what was going through his head. But he said a word. He said basically the one word that most people agree on. You should just not say if you're a white guy, or rather, if you're not a black person, I should say.
Yeah. What was really special about that moment is he was trying to make a point. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
Seriously, and I'm not trying to beat the guy up or anything and we'll get to a minute. Like we actually have some kind of, I guess, sympathy for him to a degree. I don't think that guy is like a super hateful, Klan member or anything like that. I think that maybe he's just really been in his kind of echo chamber and in his state of mind for so long that, like basically how I said that I grew up in a racist culture. Like, what if I had not wisened up and moved out of that culture and worked on my biases? I'd probably be not too much different. I can't imagine saying that word on a live stream, but you never know. So that just to get that out of the way, he said that word out of frustration while defending his favorite YouTubers, apparently from, someone saying that they're racist. And I just don't think that that's a good look for the people he was defending, or himself, obviously. And then there was a little bit of feedback we got, which is completely valid. I heard a couple of people say that we should have ended it then. And I agree. And Bob, Organized Chaos, does too. It's just in the moment, Bob wasn't sure what to do. I called him out on it, and Bob did too. But like I was ready to end it. you know, and Bob didn't want to, or he wasn't sure what to do, I guess. In the moment, I can imagine not knowing how to handle that. But it wasn't my stream. I tried to end it. Bob didn't see my messages where I was saying, hey, we should just end it. But we did agree afterward that in the future, if that type of thing happens again, we're just going to end the discussion. Like, hopefully it doesn't happen again. But at that point, we had already won rhetorically. And at that point, we won optically.
Yeah,
there was no reason to continue.
I think you even like gave him an out too. You're like, look, dude, you're clearly drunk. You're probably gonna say something that you're gonna regret later on. Maybe we should just do this later. And that's exactly what happened. You know?
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Indeed.
Why couldn't you just answer his question, Dane?
You know what's funny is eventually I did, just not in the moment when he was trying to get a stupid little rhetorical win.
Yeah.
Because obviously a murder is worse than a word. Like, it's just the idea that once you get to the point of admitting that saying a thing is racist, and then you have to move the goalpost to, well, it's not as bad as murder, then you're already doing a bad job, man. Like it's such a desperate move. And it's that logic is kind of illuminating. I kind of understand a little bit more how some guys see this stuff.
Because as you were saying, we don't know if he's racist, but there's this community of like people that I guess they look up too much to stand-up comedians and how they use words and stuff like that. And I guess they think, with that same sort of Joe Rogan mind frame, so you could joke about anything. You could joke about it as long as you say it's a joke or something. I figured seems more in line, and this is all assumptions, like more in line with that crowd, like, maybe not racist, but they're like trying to say like, it's just a word, it's just jokes, that type of bullshit.
Yeah. It's more, I don't want to call it passive racism, but it's just like, it's apathetic racism, instead of like how, like a Nazi or whatever will be like passionately racist. This is just like, whatever, like you said, oh, who cares? He got his feelings hurt. Basically. It's like, feelings don't matter. But update on that. Last night, I saw this. Jim deeply apologized for what happened. It was way the hell out of line, and it's inexcusable. And he said, apologies. This was directed at organized chaos. So apologies to Dane and your viewers. Please. So yeah, if you were looking for an apology from Jim, audience, there you go. Yeah. I personally was not. I don't feel like he did anything to me. I feel like he disregarded the experiences and suffering of African Americans, and that's a lot more relevant than how I feel about hearing a word, in my opinion.
It's exactly as you called it. It's like, dude, you're gonna regret it in the next day, and he did. Oh man.
Apparently, he regretted it a lot, because another update. I just found out about this like an hour ago. So Jim the Casual is from some streaming duo or something called Blake and the Casual or something like that.
Okay.
And Blake was the other guy, right? I just can't even believe this, guys. Like, this is unreal that this happened. But an announcement in their Discord from Blake, the other half of their stream duo. Jim is going to be taking a break from streaming and the Discord for some time. The channel name will likely change for a while he's gone working on stuff. Thank you all for your understanding. I'll try to keep delivering content at the same interval we were before. So, for an unknown amount of time, although for a while and some time, those were the terms used here. Jim is quitting making content after that. Unknown amount of time.
You canceled him, Dane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I did.
No, this is actually a good thing, man. Dane always says, and I was telling him this earlier, is like, he's always telling people that do this type of crap is like, hey man, take some time off, do some self-reflection. It seems like this guy is doing just that, and I think that's a good thing. And I hope he really does do some self-reflection. We're kind of, in a way, we're kind of rooting for him to turn it around. Like, get. He apologized. I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, like I was saying on the stream, and I've said in a couple of my debates now, whenever somebody's like, oh, being a racist is just the worst thing. And I'm like, man, I'm just like, if you keep thinking that, you'll never get through your biases. Like if you can't accept that you might have some bigoted biases and notions, then you can't change them, and then you are just, it's, you know, paradoxically you remain a bigot. And like I said, you know, when I was growing up, I had some shitty beliefs just by fucking osmosis of where I lived and my family and the attitudes around there. And I'm very fortunate that some things that I said when I was much younger, I didn't say them on the internet. You know, it's really easy for people to see me up here being a woke virtue signaler or whatever, and, you know, acting like I'm perfect. And that's why I make sure to say this, that I haven't always, you know, been the most understanding of other people's experiences and perspectives and pain. And yeah, it's something you can work through. And so the fact that Jim is doing that, I don't want to give him a whole lot of, I want to give him encouragement. I don't want to praise him, but I want to encourage him.
Yeah.
If he happens to see this, you're doing the best possible thing that you could have done other than just not say that word. But yeah,
we're about hope here. We're hoping he gets better.
What's, I mean, you know, like I've gotten in arguments with lefties about this before. They're like, oh, they used to be whatever. And it's like, what is the point of trying to reach people and, you know, communicate these ideas if we're not going to give people the ability to grow? And we're just going to, like, you were like this before and now you're terrible forever. You know, it doesn't mean that you have to let people into your spaces if you don't feel comfortable with it. That's not what I'm saying. But I think there needs to be some, I guess, space for learning and growing.
A path, a way back. Yeah.
Yep.
Offer the path for sure. And I think you do that, Dan. I think you do that very well.
Yeah. So cool.
Damn, that went 0 to 60 like so quick right after that screen.
Crazy.